This is Radar for On the Radar Entertainment Blog with another weekly baseball observation. I need to understand why the Yankees continue to take DJ LeMahieu and bat him leadoff and bat Voit second. Luke Voit is a middle of the order hitter who could potentially have 40 home runs a year. You want to bat him in the middle of the lineup where he's going to drive in more runs, and LeMahieu won a batting title out of the second spot in the lineup. And that's where he should be. And the Giants. It feels weird to see Kevin Pillar play right field and not center field. That's what, again, makes no sense. I know they want to play the youngster Duger, but they gotta just play Duger in right field because his potential is better offensively. What Pillar gives you is the ability to play center field at an elite level. And then I don't understand they got to keep playing Brandon Bell in left field to accommodate Tyler Austin. Tyler Austin's a backup. He should be the one that has to accommodate to play left field. Brandon Belt's your first baseman. He's already injury prone a lot. You don't need to get him injured. And then I'm seeing too many guys like Rodriguez and Derek Holland pitching out of the bullpen. They don't have enough pitching. You should start them. And the Reds love playing Jose Peraza in the outfield when he's a shortstop. And I know they like to play Iglesias because he has the Gold Glove caliber defense and Dietrich is hitting at second base. But Peraza's not an outfielder. And Buck Farmer, when you play him, he should only be playing first base, maybe third base. He's a catcher, okay? Votto batting second. When your lineup has a bunch of weak hitters in it, is not a good idea. He should be batting third or fourth. And then the Nationals have been batting Eden second some days and some days leadoff. He gives you the most value as a leadoff hitter. The Twins a lot of times have been DHing Jorge Polanco and now Miguel Sano. Like Miguel Sano should DH every day that Nelson Cruz doesn't play, or play first base every day CJ Cron doesn't, so Mario Gonzalez doesn't have to play right field or left field. He can just play third base or shortstop. And the Rays keep using Jalen Beeks out of the bullpen. They keep batting Yandy Diaz in the leadoff spot. Avi Garcia's second or in the leadoff spot. Just putting a bunch of weak hitters 3 through 6. Avi Garcia, Yandy Diaz, they should be in the middle of the lineup. They should not be batting at the top. And then the Braves are continuing the Ronald Acuna leading off in center field experiment. They're just going to run him down, man, having to do both. And then have 2 corner outfielders, and one of them is really a third baseman. It's not a great outfield defense. And I see Josh Tomlin, Newcomb, Tuki Toussaint, and a bunch of their starters in the bullpen, and the Braves always say, we don't have enough starting pitching. Well, you do. Just use one of them. And now with Gallo injured, there should be no Gallo in center field when they have enough center fielders on the roster. And I see Shelby Miller pitching on the bullpen. They're already down a starter with Volquez injured. They need pitching, so don't take the starters and put them in the bullpen. Royals have been doing a lot of Whit Merrifield in center field and right field, batting 1 or 2, and Munasai batting third. They got to fix that. You're going to destroy Whit Merrifield if you have to play him every day in the outfield and even center field a couple of days a week, and Munasai batting third. He's all about speed. Sox continue to bat Moncada second, and Tim Anderson 6th or 7th. Anderson's batting second, and Moncada's batting third. It's not rocket science. And the Indians continue batting their best player Lindor in the leadoff spot when he should be batting maybe second, but he's a middle of the order guy with the fact that he can get 30 home runs a year. And then Bauer should never play the outfield. He should only play the outfield if you have a bunch of DHs on your roster. But if you don't have any DHs on your roster except for Carlos Santana, then Bauer plays first base. No need to throw him in the outfield. Cardinals continue with their best hitter, Matt Carpenter, batting leadoff. They've moved Goldschmidt down in the middle of the lineup where he belongs. So at least they're fixing that. Now the Cubs are the story of, let's have a really bad defensive outfielder, let's play guys out of position, let's try to injure guys. Stop having Chris Bryant play right field, stop having bat second, Schwarber's not a leadoff hitter. Russell playing second base when what he brings you is shortstop, Gold Glove caliber defense, and then playing Wilson Contreras in left field. Keep him a catcher. There's no need for him in the outfield. And I'm glad that Carlos Gonzalez got signed by the Cubs because he could still be a good offensive player. But every day he plays in right field, that means you take the Gold Glove caliber right fielder Hayward, you put him in center field, and you Schwarber in left field. Again, doesn't matter if it's Chris Bryant playing in right field and Hayward's in center, or playing Cargo in right field and then playing Jason Hayward in center field. Just because you're an elite right fielder doesn't mean you can play center field. Cargo needs to be on a National League team or a team without a left fielder. And the Jays Again, playing people out of position. I've seen Brandon Drury line up as shortstop twice, and I keep seeing Yuri Gurriel, brother, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. play left field. He's a shortstop. Freddie Galvis, Eric Sogard, your middle infield is not that impressive. You can't start Gurriel, okay? I don't see Gurriel as a leadoff hitter either. Grichuk's playing center field when you have Alford, Davis, Teoscar Hernandez, Dalton Pompey, Billy McKinney. You have too many center fielders, which is why you traded Kevin Pillar and extended Grichuk because he's a right fielder. Now, if Brandon Drury's playing right field or left field, that's one thing. But if he's playing second base or shortstop, that's not where he belongs. You're playing too many guys out of position. And then the Diamondbacks, Ketel Marte should be playing second base every day now when Wilmer Flores is injured because backups should not have to play and force Marte to center field when they have injuries in the outfield. Gerard Dyson, Adam Jones, LeCastro, and Dave Peralta, they got the outfield set. There's no need to have Marte to play center field when you have you have 3 to 4 outfielders already, and you have a hole at second base. Astros, without Correa and without Altuve, and Springer, they need to bet their best player, which is Alex Bregman, in the 3 spot. Betting him in the 2nd spot doesn't help you when you have a lot of easy outs. Rookies in the outfield, rookies in the infield. Tony Kemp's not the world's greatest hitter. Robin Chirinos not the world's greatest hitter. They got to fix that. And then the Mariners doing the same thing that the Cubs and the Blue Jays are doing, and even the Rangers and the Twins, playing guys out of position. Mitch Haniger could probably win a Gold Glove in right field. He could also hit 20 or 30 home runs. Yeah, he's not a big bopper like Edwin or Bruce when he was on the team, or Vogelbach, or even Domingo Santana or Kyle Seager. But he's all around. He hits he can hit a bunch of home runs, RBI, steal a bunch of bases, get on base, play great defense right field. There's no need to play him in center field. You have Malik Smith. Okay, Malik Smith, what he brings to the table is playing center field. Not playing left field, not playing right field. Okay, Mitch Haniger just went on the deal. I'm not saying that's correlation from him playing center field a lot. It's just, he's your best guy. Keep him in the position where he belongs. And they keep doing these openers and having Wade LeBlanc, Ty Malone, whoever else just start in the 2nd or 3rd inning. You have starters, just start them. It's if you do have to go a bullpen game, it makes no sense if the starter eventually comes in. Angels, Trout's your best player. Batting 2nd, when your lineup is kind of weak, where I see you're playing a youngster at 3rd base, a youngster at shortstop, a youngster at 2nd base, inexperienced players there. It's just like, you could probably fix your lineup if Trout was batting 3rd. And then the Padres, they're trying to kill Will Myers. It's one thing to say, we'll play him in center field because Framil Reyes and Hunter Renfroe are such great hitters, and they call up Josh Naylor, another good hitter. But he's a rookie. And Reyes has only been in the league for a couple of years, so is Renfroe. You want to take the young guys and play them out of position if you're going to play Myers out of position, because the young guys can learn and adapt. You don't ask a veteran to go switch positions. They have Hosmer, so he's not playing first base unless Hosmer has the day off. So they need to either trade Hunter Renfroe or Framil Reyes or play the rookie Naylor in center field, because when Cordero comes off the DL, he and Margot are exceptional center fielders. They have too many center fielders on the roster not to take advantage of them. And also, Will Myers not a leadoff hitter. Margot's speed and Cordero's speed scream leadoff hitter. If you want to put Tatis Jr. or Greg Garcia in the leadoff spot, that's totally fine. But Will Myers is not leading off and playing center field. That's silly. And the Marlins continue to play guys like O'Brien or Cooper in the outfield when they have so many young outfielders from their own system and from trades. It's like, what are you doing? And then JT Riddle, when he was hurt last year, Rojas played. Then even when he came out to the deal, they didn't play him. This year, they played Riddle, and, they sent him down in minor leagues, and Rojas is still playing shortstop. Rojas is a great backup, okay? The best option at shortstop is Starlin Castro to build up value, so Neil Walker and Prado can split time at second base, so guys like O'Brien and Cooper can play first base. But if JT Riddle's back on your roster, he needs to be playing shortstop. You have too many center fielders. Lewis Brinson hasn't been great, but you have Harold Ramirez and you have Austin Dean. You have so many outfielders on your roster. There's no need to play JT Riddle in center field. There's no purpose to play Cooper and O'Brien in the outfield when you have so many outfielders. It's just a common thing. The Marlins aren't going anywhere. The Padres and the Mariners are not making the playoffs, nor are the Diamondbacks, nor are the Jays, or the Royals, or the Rangers. Some of these teams, the decisions they're making, the Reds, they're not going anywhere. And the Giants, you see that these moves are stupid and that's not helping them out. Now, the Dodgers continue to bat their sluggers in the top of the lineup and waste time with Beatty also in the top of the lineup. You got Kike Hernandez, Chris Taylor, used them at the top of the lineup. Phillies, Andrew McCutchen was leading off all year. He's playing a lot of center field because Herrera and Quinn got hurt. Now Herrera's had a domestic issue, so he's on restrictive leave to figure that out. So they've been playing like guys like Kingery in center field, Serpigo, Sean Rodriguez, and Phil Gosselin in the outfield. Let Aaron Altherr go, keep Nick Williams in minor leagues. Now they call up a young guy to play center field. But it was too much to have Andrew McCutchen to lead off and play center field. Yeah, he got hurt running the bases, but you're putting all that pressure on him to be a leadoff hitter and a center fielder, which he's not both. He could be one or the other. And the most likely person to replace him in the leadoff spot is Gene Segura because he's done it. But no, they're going with Cesar Hernandez. I don't know what they're doing there. Pirates continue to have days where Polanco, Marte, their two best hitters, to bat second. They should be a 3-4 lineup. That's how it should be. Now, the O's continue to do silly things. Trey Mancini bat second when he's a middle-of-the-order hitter. Play Trey Mancini in right field when he's only been a major league left fielder, but he's really a first baseman, and Trumbo and Chris Davis are injured. So she only be getting at bats at first base, DH, and maybe left field. Wilkerson's getting outfield at bats when he could play second base because Alberto is a backup. VR plays shortstop. And you play Ruiz or the Nunez guy at third base. okay, and the other one at first base or DH, and you rotate Chris Davison, fine, but you're playing guys out of position, and even they saw play Chris Davis in right field. Okay, then, I'd rather Chris Davis stay at first base or DH and just play Mancini in left field like you've been doing, because it's just outrageous. And the Tigers, after Miguel Cabrera, Nick Castellanos, and maybe Candelario, that's 3 guys in your lineup. Everybody else in their team is backups or guys who are known for defense. Jacoby Jones' ceiling is he's a good offensive player, which is why he has played many positions. He should be batting a little higher in the lineup instead of batting 9th. You're not getting much out of him because he's not the guy who's got blazing speed that you want to bat 9th so you have another leadoff hitter. You want to bat him higher. And then the A's. Matt Chapman's one of their best hitters and players overall, batting him second. And I don't know why the A's keep doing openers of guys who are just strictly relievers. Liam Hendricks and Yasmer Petit have both been major league starters at different points in their career. Just have them start the game and go 3 or 4 innings. I understand if you got injuries and you go bullpen, but you got guys with starting capability, you should be starting them. So the main theme of this week is teams that are probably not going to make the playoffs continuing to make silly moves of playing guys out of position or bad spots in the lineup. This is Radar for Under Radar Entertainment Blog with another weekly baseball observation. Thanks. Tune in next week.